Hello, and welcome to today's webinar, CAD Learning, Getting Started with the Basics. This webinar is brought to you by Applied Software, the premier software systems integrator in North America. My name is Carrie Wheatbrock, and I'm delighted to be your moderator today. Throughout our presentation, we encourage you to interact with us by typing in questions and comments using the questions pane. Please take a moment to introduce yourself in the questions pane. We want to know who you are, where you're located, and anything interesting that you'd like to share with us. Also use this box to type in any questions you may have throughout the presentation. We'll take time to answer your questions at the end of today's webinar. This webinar is being recorded and will be available to you online on our YouTube channel. We will also send you an email following the webinar with the link to the recording. If you haven't already, search Applied Software on Facebook and Twitter. Connect with us to receive the latest information and special offers. Need to create visualizations, renderings, or animations, but don't have the required time or software? We now offer visualization services like photorealistic renderings, animations, panoramas, and more. We scope, produce, and manage the work for you, so you don't have to worry about the technical expertise in-house. For more information, visit asti.com/visualization or email visualization@asti.com. Be sure to visit our website, asti.com, for information on services and support, products, training opportunities like CAD learning and live lab learning, and more. You'll also find a complete schedule of upcoming events, webinars, and training. Upcoming webinars are Hilti plugin for Autodesk, Tuesday, August 1st, 12:30 to 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Data validation plugins and early design, Thursday, August 10th, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Please take note of our upcoming events. The Impact of Sustainable Design, Thursday, July 27th, 5:30 to 8 p.m. At Atlanta Tech Village, Atlanta, Georgia. At the conclusion of the webinar, a survey will pop up. Complete the survey to be entered into a $25 Amazon gift card giveaway. You must complete the survey to be entered into the drawing. Please join me in welcoming today's speaker, Danielle Grindle, Channel Sales Manager.
Thank you, Carrie, and thank you all for joining today. Let me just make sure my screen is showing here. Okay, looks like it is all set. So again, thank you for joining today. My name is Danielle Grindle. I'm the Channel Sales Manager here at 4D Technologies. And before we get started, I just want to go through a quick PowerPoint. Some of you may already be using CAD Learning. Some of you may be considering CAD Learning. So I just want to give you a little bit of background on the solution, and then we'll go right into how you use CAD Learning. So first and foremost, I often get asked why use CAD Learning over some of the other tools available out in the marketplace. And I really do believe we are the best available solution. To quote from Buzz Lightyear, I think we're infinity beyond the other solutions that are out there, including YouTube and Google. First and foremost, we're a reliable source. We're an Autodesk authorized publisher, in fact, the very first Autodesk publisher in their program. I also want to emphasize our instructors. We have some of the very best instructors in the United States and the world, for that matter. I could go on and on about our instructors, but suffice it to say, from David Cohn, who does our AutoCAD courses for us, who's been a long-time instructor since version 1.2 of AutoCAD, through to David Butts that does our Plant 3D and AutoCAD MEP. They are industry professionals. They're Autodesk expert elites. They've been training and teaching and consulting on Autodesk applications, most of them for many, many years, and they bring that breadth of experience in the industry to the training that we provide. As far as our video tutorials themselves, they're designed to get you the answers you need quickly. They're short, they're focused, there's no distractions in our videos. Each lesson stands on its own, so if you just need to know how to do one little thing in, say, Civil 3D, you can very quickly go in, get that answer, and get back to your project work. That being said, our solution is very progressive, and by that I mean you can come in and learn an entire new application using CADLearning, or you can come in and just improve your skill sets on a specific topic that maybe you didn't know how to do within the application. One thing that is extremely unique to CADLearning, I've not seen it anywhere else, is the way we address skills and knowledge gaps. You'll often hear in the learning world about gaps in providing learning paths for users, and we do it a little bit differently. What we do is we provide you assessments that you can take that then also provide lessons that focus on the answers you got incorrectly, so you can improve your skill sets based on what you don't know as opposed to what a whole group of people maybe don't know. So it's a very personalized solution. We also provide a plugin, so when you're in the midst of a project and you need help right away, it gives you on-demand help right in the application. And lastly, we provide both online and offline access. We have iOS, Android, and Windows desktop app that allows you to both get content online no matter where you are, and also download learning content for times when maybe you don't have internet access. For those of you that travel or commute, it's a great resource to be able to use. In terms of our learning content, bar none, nobody goes deeper or wider than CADLearning does, because we focus exclusively on Autodesk Autodesk applications. We're able to have a wide breadth of titles. In fact, we cover more than 50 titles at this point of Autodesk applications, and there's more than 40,000 videos in our library. Our content goes from beginner all the way through to advanced topics, and we allow you to use the content how you need to use it, whether it's you're coming in and you want to go through in a self-paced scenario, or you need something that just allows you to come in and learn as you need to. This is a listing of our current titles. We'll be expanding this as we release 2018 content. From a user perspective, I can't emphasize enough the benefit of having something that's on demand, it's point of need learning, and that's what CADLearning does for you. If you think about it, when you're in the middle of doing work and you need help, it's often when no one else is available. So it's a 24/7 resource that's available to you, and it's at your convenience. So if perhaps you can't get out to a training class, or even if you've gone to a training class, it gives you a resource to refresh on that training. And then lastly, of course, keeping up with all those user interface changes. For those of you using Revit, you know that Revit has changed a bit this year. So keeping up with those changes is important as well. So you're using the software to its best benefit. At the end of the day, it's really about productivity gains, and it's proven that video e-learning does increase retention rates, which does translate into faster project and production work. I'm not going to read all the points on this slide, but given the industry that we're in, I think what's really important is if you think about the hidden cost of project delays, and when you need help, it's very important to be able to get your answer quick. We use a really simple example to demonstrate this. In this case, I'm using 10 designers who are all using Autodesk products. And what happens when you need help? The first thing you do, if you don't go to, say, YouTube or Google, is you're going to tap the person next to you or call the office expert over to get help. And at that point, 20% of your team is no longer billable. And there's real cost to that. And it's a real simple math example. 20% of your team not billable times your hourly rate times the amount of time it takes and the number of people that it takes, boom. It's a lot of money and you can't get it back. We use our plugin as the solution to this problem, but really any part of our product line can address this issue for you. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and close this down. And let's go ahead and take a look at CADLearning. Okay, so I'm at our production site or our subscription site, 4d.cadlearning.com. You will go to asti.cadlearning.com. There's no difference in the library or anything else. This is what I use for demonstrations. I'm already logged in as Danielle right up here in the corner. And just to point out, this is a new release for us. So for those of you that have used CADLearning, it may look a little different if you haven't logged on recently. You have the ability to set your user profile here. So you can come in and say what you want to see in the library. I've set a number of preferences. And then if I want to access the library, I simply go here to my library. So all of the course content is shown here. These are courses that I've put in my personal library, and then if I still can access whatever I need as well. Now, there are a few changes. Whoops, got a little too mouse happy here. Let me go back. I'm going to go back to my home page and just point out some of the changes in the interface. I do have my recent activity, so I can access any of the last videos that I've viewed. I also have course completion, so these are any courses that I've started. It shows me the number of videos that I've watched versus the total number of videos in the actual course. And then lastly, I have my user transcript. My transcript is any assessments that I've started or completed. And we're going to come back to that because that's part of the tie-in of the whole personalized learning that we provide for you. So let's go ahead and open up a course and take a look at a course. And I will bring up Revit. So I just click on the product tile that I want to bring up a course, and then I can specifically say what release of that application I want to look at or I need help with. So we recently released 2018, so I'll go ahead and open that up for you. And as you can see, as soon as I come in, it tells me exactly how many lessons I've watched out of the total course, how much time I've spent in the course. As you can see, our course is almost 68 hours in length. And then I have all of the course topics laid out for me. If I want to look at a specific topic, I simply click on the link to open it up. And then if I want to watch a video, I'd simply click on that video. Any videos that I've watched will have a green check mark. So let's go ahead and take a look at a video. So one of the things I want to point out is when I first launch a video, it will show me exactly, let me just turn Jason Boning off here. It'll show me exactly where it falls within the course. So I can immediately go to the video before or after if I need to, or just see where it is in the context of the course and access other videos without having to go back to that page. So the video's running here. It's large enough for me to see and do anything I need to do, but I also have the ability to make this full screen by clicking on the full screen icon. There's a tremendous amount of effort that goes into these videos in terms of post-production. As you can see, there's highlights, there's call-outs. There's never a question as to where the instructor is in the application. And I also want to point out the scrolling script. I can click anywhere in this script. It's the narration that the instructor is using to get to that point in the video. It'll fast forward me right there. I can also pause the video, rewind the video, watch it as many times as I like. If I decide to go full screen, I have closed captioning available, so I can turn that on if I'd still prefer to read along with the instructor. And lastly, I have the ability to adjust the playback speed. So some of us may be power users and we want to speed this up. We can go up to 4 times the pace of the instructor, whereas some may be new in the application and they want to go a bit slower. So you have that ability as well. You'll notice there's a little star up at the top of the video. This gives me the ability to add to a playlist. I'm not sure if I have any playlists here. I do. I have one called Vehicle Tracking. So I can come in and just drop this video right into my playlist, which I'll do. It's been loaded successfully. And now I can take a look and I can see, let me just close this up so it has a moment to refresh, that I've added this video, defining pipe routing. So let's touch on those playlists. So I could very quickly just create a playlist by finding the videos I want and dropping videos in. Playlists really can be used for a number of reasons. It could be I have a workflow that I need to follow, a specific workflow in the application, and I just want to lay it out in a video playlist so I have help as I need it. It could be I always forget something, so I just want to pop some things into a playlist so when I need them, I don't have to go searching. Or it could be the guy next to me is always asking for help. I'm just going to build a playlist and share it with him. But let's go back to the course and I'll show a few other examples of how you use playlists. So you notice when I open up a topic, it immediately gives me the ability to add to a playlist. So I'm going to go ahead and create a playlist here, and we'll call it Walls. And now I have my playlist called Walls, and I'm just going to refresh here so I can make sure that it comes back into the system for me. We'll go back to Walls, and maybe I want to go through this topic, but I also want to assess myself on it and make sure I understand. So I can go ahead and I can drop all of the videos into my playlist, and then I can come back. I have all my videos. I can watch them. I can open up the exercise file, work along with the instructor, and then I can go ahead and take an assessment. On the fly, it builds you an assessment. You can do entire topics. You can build a playlist of just individual videos from multiple topics or multiple applications, and it will assess you dynamically. So it gives you that opportunity to make sure that you're understanding things. And I won't go through this whole thing, but I just want to make sure you're aware this is available to you because it's really helpful in terms of learning the application and making sure you understand things. So I can go ahead and save and exit this. So that's one real good use of the playlist. Also, when you take an assessment, it builds a playlist for you automatically, and that's part of that whole personalized learning I talked about. So I'm going to go ahead and I think I have, let's see, a Dynamo assessment here. I do a lot of demos, so I have lots of assessments. So this is my Dynamo assessment that I took. And as you can see, I got 2 out of 10 right, I guess, I'll be honest. And you can see in the questions, it shows me this is what I needed to do. This was a skills test. And these were the videos that it's recommending that I should watch. So it looks at my wrong answer, and based on those incorrect answers, it develops a playlist for me, so I have my own little learning path. So I'll go ahead and create that. We'll save it. And then again, just like with my previous playlist, go back here. Sorry, here we go. It goes ahead and it builds me, let me get the right one. It goes ahead and it builds me that playlist, and once again, it'll build me an assessment on the fly. So I can again go through, review the videos, work along with the instructor and practice, and then take that assessment. And I can do that as many times as I need. which really helps with things sticking in the application. It's the same in a course. So if I were to come back here and let's just take a look at another course for you. I have Civil 3D here. So you can see what that looks like. I'll go ahead and bring up 2018. We just released Civil 3D 2018. I could go through and I could say take the skills assessment that goes along with this course. Every course we do includes a skills assessment, which covers the full breadth of the course. It's do you know how to drive the software? So you have to actually do something in order to answer the assessment question, and a knowledge assessment. Knowledge assessment is overall functions and concepts within the application, your general understanding. So if I go ahead and start this assessment, you can see it's telling me to open up the data set, and then I can't answer the question until I do something. So I'll just guess here. And again, as I go through these assessments, it's building me that personalized playlist when I'm done. So I won't go through this whole thing, but I did want you to see how that works. So one last point, actually a couple last points on both the library and the way the course content works. You can filter, you can search using the general search. So if you're not sure what application you're going to use or where you might find your answer, you can use global search. It searches through all CADLearning content and you can filter that down. Or you can come right here within a topic and filter down. So if you know what, I'm in Revit 2016. I know I want to know how to build stairs. I can simply come in here and get those videos. And again, just like before, I filtered down on stairs. I could go ahead and drop this into a playlist for myself. So very quickly you can get to what you need. Last thing I want to add is you also have the ability to add any course at any time into the library. So let's say I'm using Insight 360. And it's a relatively small course. Let's use a different example. Something seems a little awry with that. Let's say I'm using Plant 3D. I can go ahead and say, you know what? Oh, I see what's wrong. Let me just clear that. Okay, so I can say I want to go ahead and add Plant 3D, and I want 2017, and I can go ahead and add that to my library. And it will just go ahead and drop it right into the library for me. So there it is right there. So I'm going to move on to the CADLearning plugin, and then we'll take a look at our desktop app. So just bring that up for you. So I'm running AutoCAD 2016. I'm running it virtually. And just so you can see, the CADLearning plugin installs in the palette. And this is the plugin right here. It behaves just like any other Autodesk palette, and I'm sorry, it installs in the add-in menu. And the way it works is based on what I'm doing in the application, it actually adapts to what I'm doing. So for example, if I were to click on the circle tool, it immediately looks in the library and brings me back videos related to circle. If I want to view a lesson, I simply click on that lesson. Or if I don't see the lesson I'm looking for, I can still search the library for additional lessons. If I move over to the mirror command, again, the videos update based on what I'm doing, and so forth. If I go to rotate, again, it's going to update for me. So it becomes a real performance support tool for you. It gives you something that you can refer to right from within the application without having to go anywhere else. It's part of your subscription. I encourage you to download it. It works with AutoCAD-based applications like AutoCAD, AutoCAD MEP, Civil 3D, AutoCAD Map, and so forth, and also with Revit and Inventor. And then lastly, I'm just going to bring up the CADLearning Desktop App. As I mentioned, we have apps for iOS, Android, and then Windows Desktop and Universal. I'm using the Windows Desktop app here. I'm in an online mode now, so I have all of my course content here and available to me. So if I wanted to go in and look at, say, Navisworks, I can go ahead in and access the course right here. Everything syncs together, so whether you're in a plugin or the desktop app or ASTI's CADLearning portal, all of your activity is being recorded in the course. So if you watch a video here, you'll see in the portal that it's also shown that you've watched it. Now, the beauty of the the apps is you can download content. So maybe I commute to work on a train or a bus or spend a lot of time on airplanes. This gives me the ability to download content and then make use of that time to improve my skills. Or maybe you're in a remote location where there is no internet access. Again, it gives you that ability. So I simply click the download link in order to do that. I can still add videos to my playlist as well. And I manage my downloads right here. So if I want to get rid of any, I can just delete them. If I go into an offline mode and go back home, you'll see I have a very different view. So from here, it only shows me content that I've downloaded. So I've just downloaded one video here. If I go to Plant 3D, again, it's only going to show me what I've downloaded, but it puts it in the context of where it falls in the course. So that's the desktop app. The Windows, Universal, Android, and iOS behave in very much the same manner on their particular devices. So with that, I'd like to open it up for questions.
Okay, do y'all have any questions? The plugin is available for Revit too, correct?
Correct.
And how do you add the plugin to AutoCAD?
So it installs in the add-in menu, and you can go to CADLearning.com and download the plugin right from there. There's a guide and everything right on our website. In fact, if you just go to CADLearning.com/downloads, it'll bring you right to the plugin.
Okay. David Anderson, to get to the CADLearning website, I deal with CADLearning for ASTI. I will send you the welcome email myself. This one's for you, Danielle. It's a plugin tutorial also available for all programs, Revit, AutoCAD, and the modeling rendering programs.
Could you read the first part of that again, Carrie? I didn't quite catch it.
Is a plugin, and in parentheses it says tutorial, also available for all programs, Revit, AutoCAD, and the modeling rendering programs?
So I'm not sure what the reference is to the model and rendering program, but we run in AutoCAD-based applications. So that would be AutoCAD, AutoCAD Mechanical, AutoCAD Electrical, AutoCAD Civil 3D, AutoCAD Map, AutoCAD MEP. I'm sure I'm missing something. Then it also is available for Revit, and it recognizes what application you're using on your desktop. And then lastly, it runs in Inventor.
Okay. We have another one. When will we have CamDuct and MEP content added to CADLearning?
That's a great question. I get asked that now and again. And My understanding from the content team is we are watching what Autodesk does. They are putting more and more of that content into Revit, and that's where we'll be focusing our learning content is as it is moved to Revit, which we understand is the plan, at least from our information. That's when we'll be adding more of that content. But if you go into Revit today in our 2018 course, you will see that there's some fabrication lessons there.
Jamie Martinez, the one that asked about the plugin for modeling and rendering programs, asked, so not in 3D Max?
No, it is not available for 3D Max today. However, we do have a full course for 3D Studio Max. Any other questions?
Jamie, do we need to get a separate subscription for that, or is that included in our subscription?
The plugin and all of the apps are included with your subscription. It just requires a valid login.
Any more questions? Jamie says, nice tool. Thank you. We think so too. I think I speak on behalf of Danielle for that as well.
Yes, thank you so much. I appreciate that.
All right, if that's it for the questions, in a moment, our webinar survey will pop up. Remember to complete the survey to be entered into a $25 Amazon gift card giveaway. You have to complete this survey to be entered into the drawing. The survey takes only a couple of seconds to complete. Thank you so much for joining us today. We hope you found this webinar informative and helpful to your business, and we look forward to seeing you on future webinars. Thank you so much.